Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Oh, shit. No, don't do that. Is this thing on? Good morning. Hello. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yes, it is. That door's annoying. Won't you be my neighbor? It has been ages. It's been actually since last week. I was only on one time last week. I apologize. We're working on some things in the background to create peace so that we can relax and not have to be everywhere all at once, right? So that's what we're doing. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And I'm trying to make it so that I don't have to work like all the time. So we're looking to hire somebody to work at the shop, things like that. Yeah, it's I like that, Courtney. You need to be you too. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. It also looks like I need a haircut in the worst way. So down. We're going down. Good morning, Mr. Fry. Good morning, Tina Simpson, Catherine, Courtney, Philippa. Good morning, Arlene. So Sam and I was out. I want to talk about perceptions today because it was just really, really cool. We had a class. We didn't have a class. We didn't teach a class. We took a class this weekend, and it was on channeling. Now, anybody who watches us for any length of time knows we channel, and a lot of psychic information comes through channeling. It comes through, and you just kind of speaking the information, right? This was trance channel, so where you set to the side and you allow an energy to speak through you. So it's always very interesting to go to these kinds of things. And I think it was a big perception type of let's shake the box up, not just for myself, but for Sam. I had a big shake up this weekend, believe it or not. Believe it or not, whatever. But Mr. Fry, I was actually talking to him on that comment because I was really shaken up by our class. The teacher was amazing. She did a great job. And I had some information come across that I've never received anything like this before. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. And it's important to note that even as an intuitive, you can still get that whole, what the hell was that? Like, really, you can still do this. And it's okay. It doesn't make you any less of an intuitive. It just makes you always in awe of your journey, which you should be, right? You should always be in awe of your journey. Always. I'm waiting on the repair guy today. So if he shows up, I have to go. Right, Courtney, that oh shit moment. I'll show you guys my oh shit moment after a while. Because you'll be like, oh shit. Oh shit. Hi from South Wales, Sam Marie Bristow. Welcome. Hold on, I gotta take care of something I forgot to turn off. Gotta turn myself off. Okay. Let that sit for a minute. So yeah, we should have oh shit moments. We should have oh shit moments. Moments that set us back and go, oh, okay. So I want to add real quickly, if you're in the membership, tonight's class is by Laura Berwick. She will be teaching this evening, but we have a special thing coming up in the membership. Hi, Autumn. That door is so annoying. We do have something. Can you guys hear the door? I'm going to go shut the door. I have to lock it. No, this is not what this is. There. You're not. Oh my gosh, these dogs have been like on crack this morning. They're just. Had to say I love your wall behind you. Oh, thank you. Actually, usually full of drums, but the drums are now at the shop. Photobomb. Thank you. Yeah, confused them. They thought they were going O-U-T, but that is not not what's going on. So anyhow, it seems to be, I don't know what the heck. They're just like really keyed up. and I'm trying to clean the kitchen. And every time I wipe off a counter, if you've ever been around a Great Dane, I am just following behind him. He's like, "What did you clean?" And then there's this huge stringer off of it. It's disgusting, and I have to go back and clean again. So that's fun. Anyhow, Arlene, I'll still see if I'll check it out my day off. Yeah, because we have something really great coming up in the membership. So if you're not a member, you can go to mymysticallife.com. We do 4 classes a month, and we're throwing in an extra class this month. Let me check and see what the date is on that. Not this month, in April. Nope, we're throwing an extra class in. It is not our class. It is by Tammy Manzo. Tammy Manzo is going to be coming in and teaching astrology, you guys. So I'm really, really excited about that. That's the 19th of April. She'll be coming in for that. And that is, I believe, a Wednesday. So I have to double check and make sure anybody that is on that evening knows that. But there will be some pre-work. She has some videos to put out to do some pre-work for that class, because as we know, astrology is deep, right? Astrology is real deep stuff. Is this going everywhere? Yes, it is. Okay. So let go. There we go. Okay. So Tammy Manzo will be coming on next month and doing a class. We're very excited. But to really understand the class, you're going to need to be on a little bit early so you can check out the videos, which will be posted within the private group membership and of the Facebook group and on the group on Kajabi. All right, moving on. So let's move on. What's a good word for the day? Some people throw some words out for the day, and let's see what's a great word for today, because it's the first day of what? First day of spring, right? Astara. First day of spring. Good morning, Maggie. Time to open the windows if it's cool, if it's warm enough. It's not warm enough. And try to get ourselves moving in that let's plant flowers phase. I'm already there, by the way. I've been there. Like, let's go plant some flowers. Let's go fly a kite. So let's go. Bloody freezing in Scotland. I need to know what the best months to come to Scotland and Ireland are, Maggie. We're going to start our journey next year in Iceland, and then we want to go from there to Scotland, Ireland, and then off into England. So we're building our itinerary. We have the first 3 in. We just need to know the best months are to come, because I know I want to go to. I'm just watching the palettes of mulch, multiply at Lowe's. This is where I'm at right now. June, July, August. Okay, same here. Okay, good. August is the best though. Okay. August would be right before our anniversary, so that would be good. Sun is out a lot in August. I'll keep that in mind. We do need sun. We do need the sun. Okay, awesome. Good morning, everybody. There's everybody. Good morning. Still cold in Wales. Wales, I'd love to go to Wales. Oh, defying. Let's see, what are some of the words? Bloom, revitalize. That's a good one. Let's go with Philippa's revitalize. What is it? Let's talk about what you do, right? First, let's talk about what we do in our schedule to, we will pull some cards this morning too, to feel that we need to revitalize, right? What do we do to ourselves with our schedule? Generally, we, hold on. Generally, we overload ourselves, don't we? Generally, we overload ourselves to the point where we feel we need a break, because it's not just, there used to be a time, good morning, Donna Culverhouse. There used to be a time when the family would come home from work, and it was relaxation. Let's go play in the yard. Let's go do some fun stuff. They spent time together, whether they sat and watched television together, ate dinner as a family. That doesn't happen for a lot of families anymore. Things like that. Now it's chaos, right? Run here, run there. Kids have schedules. When when I was a kid, by the way, I listened to the songs that turned 40 yesterday, and I thought that was a crock of shit. Anyhow, sorry, but I did. Right. As a woman, it's crazy how much is on us. I miss the old days. Men too, though. Men too, right? Good morning, Meredith Reed. Rut the rock. So kids are overloaded. So what are we teaching them? Live by a schedule. Do this. Do that. I think everybody else has good volume, Amber. So it's move, 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 move. Regiment, regiment, regiment. Where's the time for the fun? Now, my brother, whom I very rarely talk about on here, right? My brother is a go-getter. He's constantly working, constantly working. Just move, 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 move. He does things, crazy things, like builds planes and stuff, you guys. Like we were in Mississippi with him last week. He's like, look at the new amphibious plane I made. Okay. So he's taken that up to Michigan and he'll have it at the marina. But what I do love about his schedule is Tuesday's date day. Tuesday's date day, and then they spend, because the kids are a little older now, right? But it's date day. Has been for years. He takes Tuesdays off. It's for his bride. That's what he calls her, his bride. And it's really, really interesting, right? Because even with the way his brain works, because his brain is very boom, 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 he understands he needs to settle down and have time. It's important. And I find that to be fascinating about him, because I know how driven he is. And to see him say, let's just take a day, is really, truly amazing. He called me one day and said, hey, what are you doing today? And I said, I'm not doing anything. And and he says, meet me at the airport. Right, little airport here. So I'm like, all right. So I go, and he wants to drive me up to Mackinac Island. He's like, I just want to spend the day with my sister. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I was so confused. But I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite things, because he took the time. We did not end up going to Mackinac. We went to Put-in-Bay, and we had an incredible landing. But it's important to take that time, right? Because we're always moving. But let's talk about what in our downtime. Good morning, Beth Fry. Amanda, good morning. So what is it you do to revitalize when you finally realize you need to step back and go, holy cow, I need time? What do you do? How do you revitalize? How do you step back from the world and lose yourself? Hey, Beth, I have horses that need brushed. Okay. Trying to be helpful here. I've been thinking about this all yesterday and today, this morning. I need to go out and brush horses, because this is how you tell spring is here. The horses start shedding and they turn into big puffballs, and all the hair falls off and onto you. So, good morning, everybody. A little M&M in you. What did I do? What did I do? You go for a long run. That's awesome. That's awesome. It is important. Beth, you don't have to. I was trying to give you something to do. I know you've got a lot to do as it is, but something relaxing, right? What was his lyrics? Courtney, what was the lyrics? But it's important to figure out what you can do to relax. I've decided to paint and brush horses. I decided I'm going to get back into painting. I have a painting I want to do. I have a painting I need to complete. And I think that that's something I'm going to be bringing into my life. I'll just take the canvases into the shop, and my dog is shedding. German Shepherd, Japanese Akita. I bet so, Maggie, right? I can't wait I'm buying a cat door for the cats. It is so therapeutic to brush horses. Really? I didn't realize lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I heard that in the elevator the other day when we were in Texas. Eminem is now elevator music. What the heck? So figure out what revitalizes you and do something about it. You can think about it all you want and keep going in your schedule and keep working yourself to death, because that is it's exactly what we're doing, isn't it? We're going to work until we're dead. And some of us will work to the moment. Do you want to be that person? I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that says, I have interests and I have things I can go do for fun that I'm aware of. Because how many people, this is me. This is me. And I'm throwing myself under the bus on this totally. If I don't have something to do at every moment, I will drive my husband batshit crazy. Mm-hmm. So even when we come home from work, I have my computer in my lap. I'm making ads. I'm going through the inventory. I'm talking to people. I'm networking. I'm doing this kind of thing. And I'll do that till 9:00. If Sam's not here, I'll do it till midnight. Look at Sam. He's still watching. He's like, bonkers. I will drive him bonkers. All the way to Columbus. I was on my computer trying to do work stuff, right? We pay for Wi-Fi in the car so I can work in the car. Honest to God, we do. On the way back, I decided I'm not doing anything. I watched YouTube videos the whole way back from Columbus. So unlike me. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to change my way a little here and see how it feels. It was really quite uncomfortable for me, actually, because every once in a while I would want to put it down and do some work. Like, oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, I forgot to do that. So I'm having to work myself into a new pattern to find relaxation, because I'm seeing, like, even today, I want to clean the house and that's all I am going to do. And I want to do it. But I have physical limitation today. And I'm really trying to, I have my TINS unit on, and I have one side of my whole neck is locked up. So here I am where I want to be, right? But I really don't want to clean the kitchen. But I need to. It's done. Too many hotel beds this weekend, for certain. I don't have therapy today, baby. I had to cancel it because we have a repairman coming for the 6th time. So let's talk about, what's your guys' thoughts? What can you do? What can you do to throw yourself out of your comfort zone of your pattern of being busy all the time to relax? I bought a book 3 months ago and I haven't started it yet. I will do that today. Yep. So what can you do? What do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do for fun? We didn't start with a card today. We started with somebody's own word, which I think is always fascinating, because we have so many different things that we work on, right? Take a random drive. I like that, Meredith. I bought a book a year ago and haven't even opened it yet. Maybe one chapter, Maggie. One chapter. Clean or shop? Cleaning can be very therapeutic, right? I have great internet. It's the follow-through part I have issues with. And here's Beth. I really don't think I know how. Absolutely. Me neither. I'm working on it. Maggie, I don't do much for fun these days. We have, it's my go-to when I look around and I can't focus driving. Yeah. Secondhand shopping. I can't tell you how many Goodwills Sam and I hit this weekend. We were looking for glassware for the shop and for displays. And so we have a challenge now, because every Goodwill we go to, there's these heart-shaped glass bowls. And we found them all but one place this weekend. And I actually asked the Goodwill people, I'm like, is this something you guys have shipped in? Because some things they have brought in, right? And she's like, no, those are just something that's donated. And we're like, So they've been at all but one Goodwill we went to this weekend. It's really weird. Intentions, stupid autocorrect. Oh, intentions. I have good internet too. You have good intentions, right, Amber? Right? We have good intentions. The biggest thing is to recognize your pattern. I agree with that, Meredith. Absolutely. Fun, home park, my plants, sitting with my goats. You love crystals. Okay, so let's talk about uncomfortable spaces. Good morning, Lisa Phillips. So Sam and I went to this channeling class this weekend, right? What are you doing, Crackhound? We went to this channeling class this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Excellent teacher. Would like to take more classes from her. She was very, very good. She stayed on track. She didn't have that squirrel quality, which I found refreshing and wonderful, where we just go woof off in another direction, right? And she kept everything really, really on point. And she was channeling Charon, who is her collective that she works with. It was very interesting. But it was a practice thing, right? So that's what we do at the same time. She's working as we're practicing as well. And so we had the opportunity to do several different things. We could go in the back room and channel out loud, bringing through an energy, allowing them to speak through us, right? Which is so much different than people really kind of think it is. It's just a different feeling, definitely for certain. And we had the opportunity to do that. We had the opportunity to sit there and sketch and draw, or to journal, put down poetry, or light language, right? Well, I've always stepped away from light language. Who on here knows what light language is? Just give a hands up. Yes, if you know what a light language is. That's funny. Meredith says, if your mornings have routines, patterns, switch it up. Take a bath, not a shower, brush your teeth out of order. Usually have no choice but to use the restroom first thing. No one, so annoying. Move your coffee pot is a big one. Move your coffee pot. And here's what you're doing. You're helping your brain engage because you're creating new brain neural pathways. Absolutely. But she's right. When you get out of the shower, or when you get in the shower, wash your hair last instead of first. Shake up your schedule. I wash my hair first. And then when I get a shower, the first thing I dry is my hair. So if I shake that up, oh my gosh, I'm just like totally lost. So yeah, it's crazy, right? So anyhow, light language, people know what light language is. Most of us do. Or we've seen it in one shape or form or fashion. So we had the opportunity to do either of those things. Well, I work with Oz. I've worked with the Titan Celine and Athena. So I decided to not do the verbal thing. And I decided to sit and work on light language, because light language has always made me uncomfortable. There's Heidi. We took the class with Heidi. There's Heidi. We're talking this morning, Heidi, about revitalizing, getting stuck in patterns, how to break out of our patterns. We went with Heidi and Brad. We went to a really great German restaurant in Columbus. I mean, guys, it was so good. It was so good. We had lamb. Oh, it was so good. Anyway, we had pork. It was good. It was always nice to see him too, because poor Sam, every time someone comes to the shop, he's not there. My child days, it was easy to speak. Now I'm getting over the funny looks when you do it. So, sometimes I try doing everything with my left hand, like putting on moisturizer, brushing my teeth, feeding yourself. That's a great way to practice that. Absolutely, Donna. Absolutely. What do I do to put myself out of my comfort zone? Stop. Sit still. True story. Sitting still is very, very difficult for me. So anyways, we had this great time in this class. I digress. And I think it's really interesting to take classes from people, even if you have a skill that you already do, go take classes, go learn. Oh, by the way, you guys that are in the membership that weren't here earlier, We have some videos that are going to be released within the My Mystical Life Facebook group and on the membership on Kajabi. They are going to contain videos from Tammy Manzo. Tammy Manzo is teaching a special class within the membership on April 19th on astrology. So she's giving us some prep classes to do that. So just throwing that out there. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. So anyways, so I sat and you live on the edge of your comfort zone every day. I get that with you, Lisa. I think you're constantly pushing and learning and growing, but you see that. So that's amazing. The first thing that I sat to do was just sit there and draw, right? Good morning, Jansen. So the first thing that I decided to do is sit there and draw and attempt light language. Oh, that's the first thing we did do, right? Right, Heidi? We attempted light language. Is that what we were trying? And this is what I drew. And I was sitting here going, I think in the moment I kind of knew what it meant, but it escapes really quickly. And you need to up your spiritual game. Always take a class. Find something to do. Something to do. Even if you're not able to do that, pull yourself a card each day and sit with it and think. So this was my first piece of light language, you guys. This is my first piece of writing light language. Now, I believe that sometimes when I am doing a healing session or something along those lines, because I always close my eyes, but I do feel it come through. All right. I don't watch light language online because it makes me, it pushes me out of my comfort zone. I feel things come through and I have not felt ready for it, right? Amber says, I stepped out of my comfort zone when I did a card reading in My Mystical Life. Awesome, Amber. Awesome, right? So this is my first piece of light language that I put down on paper. And I was like, that's weird. I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking. I was like, what the hell does it mean? But knowing that I work intergalactically with a galactic collective, it doesn't look out of the realm of possibility, right? I can put it up closer. It definitely looks galactic to me, and it looked galactic to the teacher too. But it gets a little bit wonkier as we go along. Oh, we were working on automatic writing. That's right. And so this was really interesting. This was the first one. We did 3 practices, and I was like, huh, very cool, right? Very cool. A lot of feeling is imposter syndrome, but feeling in a safe space allows us to explore and talk with others to help with validation. Absolutely, Heidi. Imposter syndrome is a big deal. And here's another thing that I think that maybe not everybody else thinks, which is fine. I think imposter syndrome is just fine to have because you're always going, okay, this is me, or is this my spirit guides, or whatever. We get over it to a degree after a while. I would rather be that way than I am God. Who's seen intuitives like that? Like, I do this, you can't do this because I'm special. Who's seen people like this online, right? I wish you were as good as I. That's something you might see online. I would much rather have a little bit of, is this me? How do I validate this? Let me get some validation and step back in for the validation than to feel as if I was the end all do all. I don't want that feeling. I want to live in awe. I want to go, I want to question. I want to question. So it's okay. And it gets less and less as you go along because you start to build that connection with whatever energy you're working for with in that particular moment. And it becomes something almost looks like Atlantis writing. Yeah, Meredith. I know, I'm like mind blown, like, what the hell? So we did our next one. This is almost looks like Atlantis writing. Hey, Courtney. So we did the next one, and I still chose to stay in my seat because I've okay, my neck hurts. I didn't want him using me as a Pez dispenser, and he likes to tilt my head back for whatever reason. And I didn't want to really go through that. So I stayed in my chair. Good morning from the hospital, Katrina. I hope you're doing better. Hope you're feeling better, girl. So this is the second one. Okay, here's the first one. I used a different pen, obviously. And there's the second one. And I'm like, the hell's going on here? Right? I'm like, I need more clarity. I don't know what any of this means. You get a feeling and a vibe about what it means, but then it's gone almost instantly, right? So I'm like, okay, this is really wild. It's really wild. And to watch everybody in the room just kind of go boom and be surprised by themselves. There was a couple people in the room that were so surprised by allowing things to come open and just speak. A lot of us are afraid to vocalize. We're afraid to open our mouth and let things like that. I have a million people all of a sudden messaging me. Oh, sorry. But to see people actually go, oh, I can do that. I can do that. It was truly cool. It was truly amazing, right? So everybody's doing their own thing. They're going back to the room. They're sitting there doing light language. Good morning, Vicky. And everybody's kind of pollinating, doing their own thing, right? And I'm decided I'm really cool into this light language thing. Let's see what comes of this. So I'm gonna sit and do light language again. Amber says, how do you prepare yourself to receive downloads and messages? Sometimes they happen spontaneously, Amber, when you're just, you least expect it. You may be going about business, doing whatever for the day. But if you're sitting there asking for it, you're going to do what you would do normally. You would ground, center, protect, and then open yourself up, almost like a book to the universe kind of thing, where you just kind of open the pages and say, and here's the thing, it's going to be different for everybody. I wish I could give you just a manual for that. Or are you being silly? Or are you being silly? I don't know what that. They say when you're in your free flow state of mind. Yeah. Driving is a big one, right? Driving is a big one. So this class was really great. It was interesting to watch Sam, see him do some different things and be surprised by some of the things he had come across as well. So then I actually covered up my notebook. I drew something, and the left side of my brain said, that's bad. Don't do that. Don't draw that. Draw this instead. Right. And I was like, yeah, but I feel called to draw this. And they're like, yeah, but don't do that. That's not right. That's bad. And so I decided to be bad. So bad. And honest to God, dog, swear to God, what have you been eating? Oh, Lord. Okay, there we are. Okay. I so need to channel, just need to get the patients to sit still for at least 30 minutes, right? Oh, okay. Right. Finding the patients where mine just doesn't go a million different places. So anyways, so I decided to be bad. And it really isn't bad. It really isn't. Because I hadn't started writing any light language yet. So then I covered my notebook from even my husband. I was like, I don't want anybody to see it. I'm going to show it to you guys. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So This is the first thing I drew right here. Heidi's laughing because I was like in the class. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to show you guys this, but I'm a little nervous. I kept wanting to draw a human eye, but it's not what I was supposed to be drawing. But my safe self said, okay, right, Lisa? My safe self kept saying, or a cat, hopefully it's not a cat, Courtney, kept saying, no, draw what you're given, draw what you're given. So I was like, not sure how I feel about that. So I did draw it, and I immediately knew reptilian. And I went, okay, all right. What? So then I start to see a lot of correlations in the language between this one and the first one and the second one. And here was my first thought. What's your guys' first thought about the eyeball? Just type it. It doesn't. You're not gonna hurt my feelings or anything like that. Just type. What's your first impression? What's your first impression? And then we'll go into, because I was like, you can't just throw this at me and then not give me any information, because this is like, a thing. But what's the energy you pick up off of it? What reptilian, actually draconian is what I got. Someone watching, third eye. The first thing I picked up when I drew this eyeball was, that's wrong. Only because we're taught that we shouldn't step off into things that are, could be construed as negative, right? And who doesn't think of the reptilians as being negative? Yeah. Oh, Donna, have a good day. Dumb old work. So I was nervous to continue on. It looks a little evil. It does look, because you know why, Vicki? Because we're trained to believe that, right? We are. If that was to be a human eye, if it was just circular pupil, we wouldn't think anything of it, would we? Wouldn't think anything of it. So when this come across, I was like, oh hell, buckle up, Buttercup. Grand Rising from Indianapolis, Tracy. Good morning. So yes, our brains are conditioned to view it one way because of the things that we've had happen in our human history, genetic codes, genetic pass down of this is a bad thing, right? It does look intense. I'm glad you said that, Amber. Amber says, I don't feel anything negative from it. So I started writing the light language, and I understood what the meanings were. And I was like, okay, this is some crap. I need to know what this means, because first of all, if I show this to the class, it's going to scare the crap out of me. It's scaring the crap out of me. You need to do better than this. Come on. So I actually started to I was writing things down. And as I was doing this, I started to understand what the freaking light language meant. Like words that went along with symbolism. So looks like someone is looking out for you. Maybe it's Oz and Ozai. It is definitely draconian. I don't know if it's Oz or not. I have no idea. Kind of feel, I don't know. I'd have to meditate. Maybe I'll meditate on that today. But it's actually a draconian, and it talks about the evolution of love. What? So as I was going through this, they kept telling me that this symbol right here meant love. And as I'm looking through my stuff, it's kind of shifted from like, and it is on this one as well. And this talks about the past and now. And I didn't get any word for word on this at all. I just knew that this was from the past to now. Right? And there was a very Egyptian type of feeling up here. And then down here is that love again. So he's talking about this, for whatever reason, this is the origin symbol. And he talks about love. And this, I just drew a bunch of dots. So the dots actually, oh God, that turned off, scared me. I think this is Draco, I think it's the constellation Draco. And then this 3 is the 3 people that broke. That's all I know. It's the three individual that broke apart. Like there was like, it was three people and one person went this way, one went this way, and one went that way. So they broke off into different belief systems. Right. So this is just me really looking at this because I haven't looked at it a whole lot since class. And then seeing division. There's C and division and breaking apart. That's breaking apart. Three energies again. I wrote three energies. Sharing aloud, talking. They're out talking about things that they believe in. So it's almost like each person was very vocal about what they believed and created division. And then that's, once again, it's the draconians, right? And then so this is where it gets a little weirder. Gets weirder. Mm-hmm. And they start to talk about genetic alteration and evolution. And then they start to talk about loving as one instead of loving as different. Loving as one race, one population on the planet, rather than that's how change happens, when everybody becomes one and they start to really embrace just the humanity, not the humanity. That's the wrong word. Just the fellow being, right? And then down at the bottom, it says broken perceptions, and then expand, explore, and reach out to new things that are hidden. And then it's time to share. It's time for people to share, to however works for them to share, whether visually, vocally, all these different ways to bring about different peace and prosperity. But it really kind of, to me, means that within every race, there is the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And we have to see that. The same, of course, within humanity, but it's also with every race that's out there, and how many races have come to this planet and been assimilated into our population over time, because there's the good, the bad, and the ugly in all things. And just because our first initial reaction to this is, oh my gosh, don't do anything with that, that's draconian or reptilian, right? Don't do that, because that was my first reaction, when actually this was the good, right? This is the good. They're like, we're here to help. We're here to help in many levels. Just because you're told one thing doesn't mean it is true, because that's funny. One of my guides is like, my movie guide, layers, like an onion. Shrek. Hysterical, right? So it was just a really, really, really interesting class, and I will continue with light language. Like I said, Lisa, would you like to help me out? Can you maybe help me see where you astral travel to? It would help you a lot. Word, I don't know that I can do that. I don't know that's a skill I possess, or I'm honing. Just being real honest, I don't know that I can do that. Yeah, I haven't been on very much, Katrina. I've been hustling and bustling in different areas. We're looking at hiring somebody at the shop so that I can concentrate on relaxing. No, here's the thing, Ward. If you don't ask, the answer is always no, right? But I will tell you, I'm not going to blow smoke if I can't tell you. If I can't do something, I'm going to be like, I'm not 100% on that. So I'm not going to say yes if I don't think I can do it. So yeah, absolutely. Answer is always no if you don't ask, you guys. All right. So that was how our class went this past weekend, and it was incredibly, incredibly interesting. We do have class in the membership tonight. That is with Laura. That is at 8 Central, or 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and I'm not sure what class is on tonight. I don't. If somebody comes on and teaches a class, I don't generally ask them to let me know what the class is, because that's their class. And if they have a subject, they'll let me know. If not, then it's a surprise, right? If you are in the membership, don't forget that yesterday, if you're in gold or platinum levels, the not yesterday, the other day, the hypnosis session come out, and it was on earth magic and how to immerse yourself in the energy of the earth. Truly cool guided hypnosis session. That was really amazing. Okay, so let's pull a card. I really need to wash that window. Maybe not today. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Here's the card. Messages, curiosity, and signs. Messages, curiosity, and signs. What are the signs you guys get? I think I got a sign. I had a bright light come as a warning for a person that ended up stealing from you. Yeah. It's interesting when you have people come into the shop and steal things, like people don't. Let's go steal from the psychics. They won't know. Messages, curiosity, and signs. What's your latest sign, you guys? What's a sign you've received lately that had you go, oh, wow, that's not just me, that's spirit? Keep trying to look out the window. Huh. Somewhere over the rainbow. Word, are you, he says, it's just weird. I keep going to that place like I'm in the spaceship with different beings standing around Jim. You hear them talk to each other. I can feel them doing things. Every time I'm there, they do the same thing. It's hard, right? You sure it's astral travel and not a remembrance? Tracy says, I never see anything weird in the sky. I've had only a couple instances where I've seen things. Hi from Dublin, that I just went, and one that really set me back on my heels. One thing really set me back on my heels. I actually have a picture of it, a very good picture of it. Not like one of those blurry. It was at night, but really cool, really cool. Amanda says, I actually get a sensation. It's 100% astral travel. I do not know a word. Amanda says, I get a sensation as if my ears have popped in and someone's trying to contact me. Someone said it's a psychic download, different subject, but wanted to say that. It can be psychic download. Absolutely. It could also just be your guides trying to, come on, pay attention, pay attention. Hi, Christine. I've been doing a lot of automatic writing lately. I love it, Christine. I've been getting that an old family friend is not doing well. I will get the message a few times a day and in my dreams. It's frustrating and quite disturbing, right, Lisa? You're getting promptings. It's sunny today and the sky is solid blue, and I was able to look at the sun for 30 seconds. Sun gazing. Cool. And now that you're aware that you've noticed it a lot, right, Amanda? That does happen. That does happen, right? That's when you're aware of things, they'll send more your way. They'll send more your way because, you're paying attention. You're paying attention. So that's really cool. I love that. Okay, I have to get out the link for class tonight. Make sure that that's all out and available. If you're not a member and you want to be, go to mymysticallife.com. We have a class. We have over 180 classes in the library, you guys. Over 180 classes. Is that not amazing? Oh, you've been doing writing on the Boeing 7. Did they ever find that plane, Christine? I don't know. No, they never found the plane. Okay. Huh. Isn't that crazy? All right. Class tonight, 7 Central. All that and stuff and things. Have a good day after everybody. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you have a pretty good idea. Cool. They don't, be nice. People would listen. And some do. Find light, find love, find joy. All that. And if Mr. Fry were here, he'd say, I'll be there or be square at 8 p.m. Eastern. May the light be with you always. All right, guys. Have a good afternoon. All right. Bye.